a moment and put myself out there and go live. And it has been a week. It has been a week that has been really taxing in a very different way for me. And so making some space to allow myself to kind of share the journey of this week and how when we make a decision to go inside and do the inner work that makes us uniquely us, the work that only we know that we need to do in the moment to moment, the day to day, um, is really something that is stretching and challenging me in a really profound way. And so, as I continue to work with people and teams and understand the inner workings of how people connect and grow, right? That teacher piece inside of me. What I'm also really learning about myself is that I have this powerful tool, and that tool is me. That tool is at any given moment the energy, the enlightenment that I bring to any space or situation that I'm a part of. And so for me, as I think about the work that I do as a leader and leading myself first, right? So in order to consider yourself a leader, I think this is my definition of how do I consider myself a leader. Um, it is when I can trust that I can lead myself, right? When I know I am leading myself in a direction that is in alignment with who I believe myself to be, that is when I start to see things opening up and converging. And so I was having a conversation earlier today with someone because, like I said, I started this week has been a doozy. And many of the things that are happening are really wonderful, amazing things that I have been waiting a really, really long time to see, that I've been hoping for. And so I was sharing with somebody what it's like to have a dream, what it's like to have a vision, what it's like to set a plan, and to see things begin to manifest, begin to move forward in ways that one could only hope for. And so here's how I described it, and I think it's a pretty accurate description of how it feels. So I didn't grow up in a mansion. I don't know if you grew up in a mansion, but I did not grow up in a mansion. And I have in my head an imagination of what it would be like to actually have a home that is a castle or a mansion or something very grandiose and the types of things you only see in the movies or on TV or on like lifestyles of the rich and famous, right? And so, as a founder, as a builder, the thing that I've been working towards in my mind's eye is this mansion that I'm capable of building and living in. And so, I was sharing today with someone how it's really surreal to be feeling like, oh, there's the mansion and it's mine and I can see it now and it has more structure to it and I can kind of see where the rooms are at and this person who's working for me was saying, yeah, and this room could be purple and this room could be pink and how do you want this? And it's like your whole life you've never had a mansion, you've dreamed about a mansion, and now you have a mansion and people are asking you, what do you want in your mansion? And it's a little bit like you're in the moment seeing it unfold. And so that brings its own different set of challenges, right? And so as I'm learning to navigate what that looks and feels like, for me when it comes to what I'm building with Enlightened and my vision of the company, and who I want to be and the type of company that I want to lead, it's becoming more and more clear. And so after 20 years over 20 years of leading others for somebody else's vision. It's really exciting to begin to see and feel the things that are coming together for my vision, and for the company that I'm building. And so I just, this for me is a space to come and share. If nobody watches this, it's totally fine, because it goes into the archives, right? And so I know 5 years from now, I can come back to this moment, when I had my hair looking like this and I'm right here, and I can come back to this and reflect on how far I've come 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever, right? Memorializing, these days, these weeks. And so I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to take a pause, to think about, what do you want to remember from your week? It's a Friday. And we've come, Fridays there is a finish line that we cross on Fridays. And so, what do you want to hold on to? What do you want to let go of? What do you want to let go of from the week? What do you want to, um, release, or allow to kind of percolate over there? And what do you want to embrace? So for me, I think my biggest takeaway for this week is the value of emotional resiliency and emotional regulation in business and in work. And I really want to walk away with, I have this idea where emotional resiliency and regulation is really about, the highs. The highs are going to come, the lows are going to come, but not embracing the highs and getting overly excited about the highs, and not feeling completely lost and hopeless in the lows, but really kind of riding those waves and being able to say, yeah, here's where I sit right now. And I see that cool thing. I'm It's not that I'm not excited about it. I appreciate it, but interesting. Like, yes, that's the cool, exciting thing. Or this is the low thing. And so this week for me, I want to carry in, to my weekend, a remembering that that's really the work I'm doing. That's really who I'm frankly becoming, a person who has greater clarity, confidence, ability to articulate from here. I've operated cognitively for a really long time, but not necessarily from this more vulnerable, open space. And, it's challenging. It's challenging as I'm making this decision to be more open and vulnerable, in all the spaces that I'm in, and inviting others to embrace that openness and vulnerability, and telling them it's going to be safe, and trusting that the others who show up in those spaces will also create that sense of bravery, empathy, compassion, non-judgment, right? So just wanted to pop in. It's a Finish Line Friday. If you have made it to the end of this video or this live, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I really look forward to reflecting back on this 5 years.